Hey everybody, this is another torture victim video log. Recently, I've been sending in more support tickets to the different developers of the applications on my device. Now, due to the highest level malware from the supra-governmental anti-human organizations that I'm targeted by, all of the apps on my phone can be and are hacked in small ways. They usually try to do as small way as possible, and usually something that's difficult for developers to find or to hunt, or they hunt in the wrong place, and they wouldn't realize that Android itself is just a ploy. It's not real. It's a Trojan horse into the human mind, similar to, cell phones in general, which is just to keep people placated and thinking that their reality is okay and they're happy when they're really not very happy, and that actually would be a realization that would cause change. So last night, I knew it would be a heavily targeted night because I do work today. I'm a teacher and I'm working at the most prestigious chain of this kind of school in my country that I'm living in, which of course I had to come here to try and escape the terrorism, the constant torture, the hurting my family, the constant theft, the threats, the laughing in my face, the non-stop breaking and entering and using of highly advanced technology to wipe my memory, to change time around their very operations. Some really spooky stuff that I've seen. I have not always marked it on the calendar, but I do have a lot of incidents that I can speak about and that I can write about. And so that's what I'm doing here. Anyway, I mentioned yesterday that today would be a high performance teaching day. I mentioned that. And of course, Scum is always listening, whether you have your phone nearby or not. If they're interested, you can do it the natural way without using technology, anyways. So, they really hate teachers and they hate humans, but teachers teach humans, and so we really have a special place of hatred, similar to California. So, with a confused mind, you have the hatred of what's deemed as unsuitable, what's deemed as guilty, right? So we have hatred of weakness, but at the same time, innocence itself also kind of gets the same response, even though it's on the other end of the perception spectrum. And that's no different on these levels. People will do that, and this organization also will be angry at you if you're a high achiever. But you have to remember that the reason that this organization is hating humans for achieving and for being free is, in the end, it is an anti-human organization. At the very top levels, it's not run by humans. They're not humans. Now, you may think that these individuals are gifted, or they're just confused people, or they're all part of this generational plan and all this shit. But the only thing that makes sense, that holds it all together, is that it's controlled by non-humans. Okay. Now, they might be individuals, but they're more than human. Everybody's more than human. Everything blends together. We got DNA that blends everything together. Everything blends together around here. So just accept it. So I tried to go to sleep. Scum have, at this point in my life, I've been targeted my entire adult life. I'm 27 years old. I used to take part in Black Ops myself when I was 17. Apparently, they made it very obvious things were happening, although I didn't have much memory. I said no. I was very upset about all this shit, and I tried to use shamanic healing to recover my memories, which they didn't like. I also was a 17-year-old who was very angry, and I was very angry at the scum as well. I also had common sense, and cosmogony was an easy subject for me. So I tried to rebel. They didn't like that at all, and they just decided that they're going to target me for the rest of my life. So that's what they've done. At this point, it's been almost 2 years since they've been phototoxic drilling all my organs, since they first drilled my heart. They're still using audible frequencies on me, but much, much less than they could when they first started. If they used them at that level, I would die at this point, because the phototoxic drilling synergizes with the frequencies. That's kind of what the phototoxic drilling is for, is to off screen is to sensitize you to sorry, phone wasn't obeying. Sensitize you to the frequencies. Yeah, and the volume can be much lower because it's kind of a spontaneous sounding that comes from this tissue. So it can transmit, and it can receive. It can receive radio frequency and transmit sound frequency, I'm thinking. But I don't have the specifics of it. I've just, experienced it a lot. Anybody with science wants to communicate with me. Of course, hopefully somebody who's not made stupid by science, and there's a lot of those people as well. So, which is understandable. I don't mean it as an insult. What happened? They kept me awake. They've been putting my schedule upside down for a few days, many days, and last night was no different. I tried to go to bed. I took 4 sleeping pills and 4 of this other supplement thing, pills, no effect, and eventually ended up falling asleep around 2:30. By the time I actually was able to have dreams, scum entered my room and injected my head on the right side near the crown, but a little bit back on the right side here. And as soon as I touch it, I find the scab, and it just kind of falls off immediately. So I can't really take photos of it. But anyway, my scalp has been their newest target. They've been just injecting all over. I got a fat injection right here, which I documented. Lots of burn all through here. And all over the place, I have apparently herpes sores, especially on the nerves and the cranial bone junctures. And along with that torture, which ended up causing extreme bruising, headache, and some kind of mental looping until I realized it was there and tried to counteract it. I'm wondering which of my organs they decided to also destroy tonight, and it appears I have scabs on my left kidney, surprise, surprise, and right kidney bone. Let's see where the scabs are. Left kidney. Try and get out of my own light here. Little shit, little scabs. Yeah, that's not the shit that kills you though. That's just my back. And little scabs down here too. Yeah, they've also gotten my tailbone, near the tailbone, right at the top of the ass crack on either side of the spine. They really hate that area. Those nerves feed the testicles, which they really hate. Oh, I found another. This is an actual drill point, guys. This is no scab. This is a phototoxic drill. That's fresh. Right there. You want to see a phototoxic drill? It's this. The one on closer to my finger here. Yeah. Actually, they both seem to be drills. A little different. Where is that located? I'd say that's the liver. Yeah. I'd say that's the liver. Now, the liver does govern connective tissues such as tendons and ligaments. And The liver is also a method by which they use to keep you awake with itchiness that they can just trigger whenever they want. The liver is also at hand with the dreaming process, and so that's useful for delivering threats. And China really likes threatening you in your dreams. Sometimes they just try and give you an advertisement in your dream, an advertisement to a way of thinking or an activity they want you to commit, not a product. Although you might buy a product that's very big and expensive, and that'd be your activity. Life-ruining, product binging type of shit. But it's just an advertisement, yeah. Sometimes they're not very effective, but the liver is important. That's why they hate them. Anyway, guys, this is my first attempt at making a different kind of video. I've been extremely stressed, obviously. Torture has a way of doing that to you, and I'm really tired of torture. I'm really tired of threats, and I'm really tired of finding marks on my body. So yeah, if you ever meet somebody, if you ever raise a kid, if you ever talk to somebody, don't ever let them join the military. Because there is one military, and it is anti-human. That's all.